Good morning, dear students. And today we will discuss about informed consent process. Last class we discussed about ethical principles involved in the clinical trial, and this time we discuss about informed consent process, how it is applied in clinical trial, and what are the basics, how this process of collecting informed consent is started, and the history behind, and the importance of this document. Everything we discuss in this chapter. Informed consent process is an informed consent emphasizes a process where the clinical research participant must receive and comprehend information appropriately to make an autonomous decision. Before joining in a clinical trial, the participant, the human participant, should himself or herself decide voluntarily whether it is safe, and it is with their willingness, with their knowledge, they are accepting all the risks explained to them, and they are taking part in this study. So like that, and legal document need to be collected before incorporating any human subject in a clinical research. So that is the purpose of collecting informed consent process. The actual definition of informed consent document is a process by which a subject voluntarily confirms his or her willingness to participate in a particular trial after having been informed of all aspects of the trial that the relevant to the subject's decision to participate. Informed consent is documented by means of a written form, signed and dated informed consent form. Um, a proper format is there prescribed by Drugs and Cosmetic Act Schedule Y. How an informed consent document to be prepared, and what are the components in that. So accordingly, the form should be developed that all risks associated with that are explained, and the signature will be obtained. The goal of the informed consent process is to provide people with sufficient information so that they can make informed choices about whether to begin or continue participate in clinical research. So before participating and during participation, they can decide whether to continue or whether to join both. So initial stages, there were a lot of problems arised throughout the world. Without the consent and forcefully, many people were taken part there without their knowledge in many clinical trials. Because of that, we lost lives of many patients like that, and many children were born with many deformations. All we know the previous history. After that, only these latest developments were started. Informed consent definition as per International Conference on Harmonization (ICH), good clinical practices. What it says about informed consent process: a process by which a subject voluntarily confirms his or her willingness to participate in a trial after having been informed of all aspects of the trial that are relevant to the subject decision to participate. Informed consent is documented by means of a written, signed and dated informed consent form. Purpose of informed consent form is not only to get a participant signature, but also to provide the participant with information related to the clinical trial, what they are going to experiment on the subject, what are all the risks associated, what are the benefits associated with that. So all to be explained before making them to take part in a clinical research. Informed consent means that the purpose of the clinical trial is explained to the potential participants, including what their role would be and how the trial will be conducted. Regulatory requirements of informed consent form. In obtaining and documenting informed consent, the investigator should comply with the applicable regulatory requirements and should adhere to the good clinical practices and to the ethical principles that have their origin in the Declaration of Helsinki as per ICH guidelines. That all we discussed in our previous discussion and during ethical guidelines in clinical trial. We see once again a short historical background of the informed consent process. It started from the year 1891. Tuberculin for the treatment of tuberculosis must not be used against a person's will. Like that, a decision was taken, and 1898 Albert Neisser was fined by the Royal Disciplinary Court of Persian for not seeking patients' consent for his experimental studies of vaccination for syphilis. Like that, and in the year 1907, Sir William Osler endorsed the necessity of informed consent in medical research, and in 1931, Health Department regulation of German Reich stated that both human experiments and the use of novel treatment required consent in a clear and unbeatable manner. Like that, and the further development in this happened in the year 1945 to 1966. NIH funded 2000 research projects. None of them use informed consent. Then in that only the thalidomide birth defect was found. So after that the seriousness was understood. And during the World War II, and unethical clinical trial done by US Health Service gave birth of bioethics, ANDA creation of IRB, and notion of informed consent. All were legally accepted at the time after World War II. The National Research Act 1960 to 1970. And after that, in 1979, Belmont Report. These are the um, developments in this field. After that, the informed consent process become legally accepted throughout the globe. And the goal of collecting informed consent document is to provide people with sufficient information so they can make informed choices about whether to begin or continue participate in the clinical research. Conceptual framework, informed consent process, how it is done. Information provision and sharing by the research team. So the investigating team should make the list of informations to be shared with the participants. That should be approved by regulatory authorities, and that information leaflets will be supplied, and directly they will explain, discuss an interaction between researchers and potential participants in their local language, in their understanding manner. It will be explained to them through understanding. Then they will accept the risks explained to them and benefits associated with that, and then acceptance or rejection of participation will be decided by the participant only. And if agreement to participate is decided, then it will be uh, documented in a written form or in a verbal form if they are illiterate, or if they are if the law permits their children, if they are mentally not stable patients, then witness signature or legal guardian signature will be taken, and it will be legally documented. Then the study will be continued, and follow-up will be done. And during follow-up also, again, the willingness is uh, obtained, and again it will be discussed with, if any time it is required, it can be discussed with the investigating team, and the decision can be reviewed. uh, that is one way. And during this acceptance stage, if the patient's not willing to participate, then immediately we have to stop the contact with that person. We should not force them to do. Difficulties with the informed consent, problems physicians may face. Use of technical languages. Most of the things will be explained in technical languages that will not be understood by the common people. So the risks associated with that research will not be explained to them properly. Uncertainties intrinsic to all medical information. That is because in the initial stages we tell something, and later on the deviations may be found. Means that cannot be avoided in a research. That is, predictions may deviate. Worried about harming or alarming the patients. Hurried and pressed by multiple duties problems patients may face. That is another issue. Limited knowledge about the clinical trial, so they will not understand properly even if you explain. Maybe inattentive or distracted. That is, because of somebody's guidance, they may accept and they will involve in this. Overcome by fear and anxiety, that is also a reason. Selective hearing because of denial, fear, or preoccupation with illness. So these are the reasons people may accept and join. Informed consent guidelines and law governing the informed consent process. Guidelines, if you take Nuremberg Code, explained about the importance of informed consent. Helsinki Declaration informed it is mandatory. Accordingly, ICH guidelines and ICH guideline under this section, that part of good clinical practices and make it mandatory. And in India, ICMR guidelines from 2006, that is also make it mandatory to collect informed consent process. Law, if you take in USA, US FDA, 45 CFR 46116 common rule, that is all explains about the importance of informed consent process and make it mandatory to collect before any clinical trial. And in India, Schedule Y of Drugs and Cosmetic Act, Appendix 5, states about informed consent process. It is legally important. Required components of ICMR guidelines 2006 about informed consent process. The nature and purpose of study stating it as research. Then the duration of participation with number of participants, and the procedure to be followed, investigations if any to be performed, foreseeable risk and discomfort